Hi guys, today you are going to be taking your Social Studies Interim 1. Number 1. North Carolina's Mecklenburg Resolves is most similar in intent, that's purpose, to which of these U.S. documents? A. Bill of Rights. B. Albany Plan of Union. C. Articles of Confederation. D. Declaration of Independence. Number 2. Which document adopted by the Continental Congress asserted or stated that the 13 colonies no longer belonged to the British? A. Common Sense. B. Halifax Resolves. C. Mecklenburg Resolves. D. Declaration of Independence. Number 3. Why was the Battle of Saratoga considered the turning point of the American Revolution? A. The alliance of the Iroquois nations with the Patriots took place after this battle. B. The defeats of the British Army at the Battle of Saratoga led to a French alliance. C. The announcement of the Declaration of Independence took place after this battle. D. Washington's victory over the Hessians at Trenton, New Jersey was the first battle won by the Patriots. Number 4. Which answer below best explains why the Treaty of Paris, an important document for the United States? A. It helped protect the Loyalists. B. It helped establish foreign relations with France. C. It established America's independence. D. It named George Washington as president. Number 5 is a short response. Please click true. Number 6. Which of the following best defines the economic policy of mercantilism? A. An economic policy where the British took raw materials from her colonies and then sold the colonies' manufactured goods. B. An economic policy where sellers and buyers must buy a license to use the title of merchant for their business cards. C. A political policy for the colony of Maryland that allowed indentured servants to buy their freedom at $400 a year. D. The dividing line between the Eastern and Western Hemisphere created by the Pope to prevent the Spanish and French from fighting. Seven. Which of the following descriptions best describes why the first shot at the Battle of Lexington and Concord are known as the shot heard round the world? A. It was fired by large cannon that people in Europe heard across the Atlantic. B. It was a shot fired by a small colony against a great empire that would inspire others to fight for freedom. C. It started the First World War between the countries of Europe, Americas, Asia, and Africa. D. After it was fired, the internet spread the news instantly to all parts of the globe. Number 8. Why did the colonists view King George III as a tyrant? A. He asked the colonies for input on important decisions. B. He negotiated with foreign countries. C. He was a figurehead that did not have any real power. D. He oppressed the colonies by enacting unfair laws. Number 9. What was the significance of the Battle of Moores Creek Bridge in North Carolina? A. It prevented the British from gaining control over the South and encouraged North Carolina to seek independence. B. It united North Carolina's loyalists and encouraged the colony to remain neutral to prevent wartime losses. C. It boosted Governor Martin's popularity and turned North Carolina into an important loyalist base for Lord Cornwallis. D. It lowered Richard Caswell's popularity and encouraged the Loyalists to undermine the colonial cause. Number 10. Which of the following is a negative effect of the Columbian Exchange? A. Slaves were brought to the Americas from Africa. B. Disease such as smallpox killed millions of Native Americans. C. Many crops grown in the Americas were introduced to Europe. D. Horses were used by Native Americans in Europe to wage war. Number 11. What is the most important geographic feature when selecting land for a colony? A. Waterways. B. Forests. C. Mountains. D. Plains. Number 12. Which of the following statements about colonial regions is correct? A. The New England colonies had a warm climate perfect for growing cash crops. B. The Southern colonies used slave labor to develop their plantation economy. C. The economy of the Middle colonies was based on subsistence farming and ranching. D. The Southern colonies were a melting pot of separatist groups. Read the passage and answer the question. The Mayflower Compact is a written agreement composed by a consensus of new settlers arriving at New Plymouth in November of 1620. They had traveled across the ocean on the ship Mayflower, which was anchored in what is now Provincetown Harbor near Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The Mayflower Compact was drawn up with fair and equal laws for the general good of the settlement and with the will of the majority. The Mayflower's passengers knew that the New World's earlier settlers failed due to a lack of government. The compact established that the colony, mostly persecuted separatists, was to be free of English law. It was devised to set up a government from within themselves and was written by those to be governed. The original document is said to have been lost, but the writings of William Bradford's Journal of Plymouth Plantation and Edward Winslow's Morse Relation, a journal of the Pilgrims at Plymouth, are in agreement and accepted as accurate. The Mayflower Compact reads, "In the name of God, amen. We whose names are underwritten, the loyal subjects of our dread sovereign Lord King James, by the grace of God of England, France, and Ireland, King Defender of the Faith, having undertaken the glory of God, the advancement of the Christian faith, and the honor of our king and country, a voyage to plant the first colony in the northern parts of Virginia, do by these presents, solemnly and mutually in the presence of God and one of another, covenant and combine ourselves together into a civil body politic for our better ordering and preservation and furtherance of the ends aforesaid, and by virtue hereof to enact, constitute, and frame such just and equal laws, ordinances, acts, constitutions, and offices from time to time, as shall be thought most meet and convenient for the general good of the colony, unto which we promise all due submission and obedience, in witness whereof we have hereunto subscribed our names at Cape Cod the 11th of November, in the reign of our sovereign Lord King James of England, France, and Ireland the 18th, and of Scotland the 45th, Anno Domino 1620. Why have famous Americans credited the writers of the Mayflower Compact with being the foundation of our United States Constitution? A. It demonstrated why a monarchy was not effective. B, it created a government that separated church and state. C, it was a model for the democratic ideal of self-government. D, it demonstrated why we should create a government approved by God. Number 14. What is the significance of the lost colony? A, it encouraged England to continue settlement attempts in North America. B, it caused England to turn to Asia as a source of wealth. C, it led to the rapid growth of North Carolina economy. D, it caused them to fear Native Americans and abandon colonization attempts. Number 15. How were the colonies at Roanoke Island and Jamestown similar? A, the King of England refused to sign a charter for each of them. B, most of their colonists died due to Native American diseases. C, they struggled to survive due to the lack of supplies and conflict with the Native Americans. D, Spanish attacks along the coast prevented the colonists from getting their crops harvested. Number 16. If you were to walk from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, in what order would you walk through 3 geographic regions of North Carolina? A, coastal plains, Tidewater, Piedmont. B, coastal plains, Piedmont, mountain. C, mountain, coastal plains, Piedmont. D, Tidewater, mountain, Piedmont. Number 17. Which region of North Carolina is the best for farming and why? A, the mountain region provides a warm climate for crop production. B, the Piedmont region provides red clay that allows for crop rotation. C, the Tidewater provides water that is key to crop irrigation. D, the coastal plain has rich, dark soil that is balanced and fertile for farming. Number 18. Which of the following activities were permitted the American colonists by the British Acts of Navigation and Trade Act? The Navigation Acts. A, they could use American-built ships to trade within the empire. B, they could ship fish from America to Southern Europe. C, they could import sugar and molasses from the British West Indies tax-free. D, they could manufacture certain products not manufactured in Great Britain. Preparations for war. England, 13 colonies. I'm going to read England first and then the 13 colonies. England, population approximately 12 million. Manufacturing highly developed and flourishing. Money, richest country in the world. Army, large, well-trained army plus mercenary Hessians. Leaders, many dedicated and able officers. Geography, strange land with long distance to base of supplies. 13 colonies, approximately 2.8 million. Practically no manufacturing, no money to support the war. All volunteer forces willing to fight but poorly equipped. Few officers capable of leading, and they are familiar with the land. Base your answers on this. Which conclusion about the American Revolutionary War is most clearly supported by information in the chart?